And we're back here in No Man's Sky. Gonna have some fun. Hope everyone is having a good lazy Sunday, although no one's here yet, but that's okay. I'm having a decent Sunday, I think, here. Get the phone set up so we can see that stuff. We have nothing in the activity feed, no viewers, but I just went live, so, you know, what are we going to do? So I need to gather shards of sea glass. I'll be honest, I've never gathered sea glass before, so I don't actually know how to do it. So let's go look at the log and see if we can't figure that out. So we are on... Okay, sea glass can only be collected from the deepest oceans. Those highly valuable crystalline structures await those who explore the abyss. Use the analysis visor to locate harvest site. Okay, we're going to hop down into the Nautilon. We're going to see if we can't find some sea glass. And hopefully, this will go a fair bit easier than it did last time. I don't actually know what I'm looking for. So, can I install a scanner in my Nautilon? Let's find out. High detail sonar device capable of upgrading the scanner technology submarine to analysis visor levels, pinning the HUD and okay. So we're going to head back up to the ship because I got some crystal sulfide in there. We're going to put that in the exosuit. And can I make another mirror?
Incoming storm.
I need silver. I don't have enough silver. Just tell you what. Well, no. That's fine. We'll dig. Go down a little ways. We're going to see if we can't find some sea glass. Gonna hop out. That way. Oh, okay. I bet it's these. Sea glass.
Suit power cells depleted.
There we go. Okay. So far, this looks like it won't be too bad.
Technology recharge. Life support offline.
Alright, this looks pretty easy so far.
Life support critical.
Where'd my sub go? There it is.
Life support critical.
I may need to go find some oxygen first. So tell you what, we'll do that. We'll go find some oxygen. Because my life support is struggling. I was told yesterday that my volume was a little low. So I turned it back up. So we'll go see about doing that. But I'll let this storm pass. Oh, I got it. Oh! Whoops. I died. That's unfortunate.
Technology
no.
offline.
Oh, this is bad.
Thermal protection falling.
Need to find my grave.
Units received.
Well, we're off to a bad start here, but that's okay. Oh, look at that. We found a cave. Okay. Scanning.
Thermal protection falling.
Scanning things. You are right. You are right. You aren't right. That's what that says. I can also use dihydrogen jelly if I find enough of this dihydrogen to make life support gel, which will also help. That'll help with hazard protection. Okay. But now I have some oxygen. Let's make some dihydrogen jelly. Okay. We'll break that down. Break that down. Okay. What are you? You're how many? You're just money. That's fine. We like money. That's al dente. Okay. We're looking pretty good. Now let's find my Nautilon. Because I need a little more sequence. There we go. Sliding down the mountain.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Oh, my scanner is critically damaged. Well, I need that.
Prepared. Technology prepared.
Okay. There's some sea glass. This is dangerous. There it is. There's one. Okay. Two more. Sea glass. One more. Yep. And sea glass.
Life support power. No.
Get in. There we go. Alright. Cool. Did that. Bam. Watcha. 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 And... that. And that. Bam. Nothing else to worry about there. Okay. Rad. Oh, yeah. And I also finished phase 2. Bam. I can't pick you up, can I? Which is a shame. I would love to. All I can do is summon Exocraft. That is a shame, because I would love to bring that with me. Alright. No. Alright, back in the ship. I can do this. This is just getting in the ship. I've done this a bunch of times, right? Alright, here we are. We're back. Okay, but I got the Aeron trail customization. Right, which I should be able to install. Starship.
Technology installed.
Bam. Yeah. A beautiful. Okay. So phase 2 is complete. We're on to phase 3. Reach the third rendezvous. And away we go. Pew! This is fun. We're having fun. And warp away! Hyperdrive has no fuel. I have no warp cells. Can I make warp cells? I have antimatter. So I need antimatter housings. Where are my antimatter? There we go.
Technology
There we go.
recharge.
So I need to make sure I get some stuff to make some more warp fuel here. Alright, and we are arrived. I'm gonna take a quick stop by the space station. Starship, you can go in the starship, you can go in the starship, you can break down, you can break down. You up there, you're for selling, you're pure ferrite, you're a marine shelter. Sure, we'll hang on to you. You can go up there. I'll keep you on me. You can go there, you can go there. You can go there, you can go there, you can go there, you can go there. Getting organized. Okay. Got a couple things to sell, and we'll see what I can buy. What do I need to make more antimatter housings? Make some more antimatter. An antimatter housing, I need oxygen and ferrite, so I just need a lot more oxygen. So let's see if I can buy a ton of oxygen here. I don't know that they sell it, but we'll find out, won't we? You know, regular space stations have teleporters to get from your Corvette docking up to the inside. And I would love if these derelicts had that too. Okay. Oxygen, 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 oxygen. No! Okay, that's fine. Sell. We're going to sell the humming tank. We're going to sell a log. We're going to sell a log. We'll keep the wonder projector. There we go. That works. Free up just a little bit of inventory. Back to the ship. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Should I try bolting the other pieces that I have? Yeah, you know what? Let's bolt the other. Modify lab chatter first. Okay. Whatever I have. There, an ambassador class walkway. Tell you what, we'll put that right there for now. Wait, where did I put that? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay. And Osprey wing module. I think so. Yeah, we'll just attach that there. I like this idea of just attach everything that I can. Cool, right there. Love it. What else have I got? I think that might be everything. Yep, cool. New pieces for my ship. Yeah, we're gonna make this as much of a monstrosity as we can. Yep, look at that. See, I got another little entryway here. And away we go. Onward and upward. Oh, I needed more silver, didn't I? Oops. Cesta Levi. boiling doom.
That doesn't bode well.
Alright, what do I have to do after this? Relocate the time-lost wreck of the fireship Arcadia, kill biological horrors, adopt an anomalous floating companion, completely explore a derelict freighter, purge 0 out of 5 hungering tendrils, and crush a vile grub. This one's going to be action-packed. I guess I'm going to need another anomaly detector. Rangefinder, so I need a solar mirror and a quantum computer. There's a quantum computer. For the solar mirror, I need silver. Cool. So I really should have done that. But let's reach this. We're just gonna stop right here. Big old monster. Bam. On the ground.
Ground protection falling.
We'll just rip through everything we can.
Technology recharge.
I don't know where I'm going. Get in there! Aha, I think I found it. Okay. In we go. We'll see what we find. Computer. Returning user identified. Terminal now active. Unlocking data log communication for analysis. I glimpsed the crimson orb between the clouds, a vast and baleful eye, unblinking and monstrous. Fear turned the blood in my veins to ice. I was so afraid it would see me, but then the clouds moved and it was gone. I was no longer certain if it had been real. Perhaps the fungal deposits from the last world I visited are clogging my exosuit vents, affecting my cognition somehow. I have cleaned my filters 6 times now, but I still feel it inside me. search around, make sure we find everything there is to find in here. That's the outside, that's the outside. I'll head over this way. Because there's always things to... Oh, as I was saying, there's always things to find in here. I find a container with nothing in it! Because this game likes to prove me wrong. Live. Okay. We'll collect a reward. Prepackaged personal force field unit. Spring boltcaster upgrade. Okay. We'll install those. And what else we got? Living slime can go in the corner. Found a geode, right? There we go. Okay. Now I need to relocate the time lost. So I need another thingy, which means I need to go get some silver. Ship is this way. There's a bunch of stuff down on fire over there. This is, you know, burning doom, this planet. So they were pretty clear about that right off the bat, I think. Back into space. Now there was a asteroid field right around the space station, so one can assume that if I head back there, there will still be an asteroid field around that space station. So let's find out. Whoop. Collect silver. We jumped out of hyperspace into the middle of an asteroid field. Oh no. Punch it, Chewie. One thing's for sure, I'm not going to run out of trivia. Space jellyfish are attacking me. Okay, exosuit. Put that back in the exosuit. And then that can go back in there. And it'll start running. Nanites. I'm gonna go look at something. So let's make sure I actually have enough of all of this stuff. We'll look at the expedition. I need to find that. I'm going to need crystal sulfide, reach the forest rendezvous, spacewalk into a black hole, reach the final rendezvous, discover a creature, gather polished. Okay. Well, need a solar mirror. Have the debris rangefinder, but we're going to destroy a few more asteroids. We're going to try and build up a little supply of silver here. Man, I am destroying the space jellyfish ecosystem, it seems. Divert power to weapons should make me a little more energy efficient. Blasteroid the asteroid. How much silver do I have now? Starship, 218? That's too much. Boatloads of tritium, that's for sure. Overheated. I wonder if any of these like stray blaster shots are finding their way down to that planet. Shooting, 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 shooting. Blasting asteroids. blasting asteroids. I think I'm losing a lot of fall off there. Oh, well. Okay, that should be plenty. Let's go break down all these tritium hyperclusters and gold nuggets and everything. Whomp. Whomp. Look at all that tritium I've got. Oh, I'm getting, getting antimatter out of that. That's real good. I will need that. Okay, and I've got quite a bit of silver now. Hopefully it'll be enough. Okay. Exosuit. And we'll use the debris rangefinder. Just tritium up the pulse engine. Ah, water. Dup 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 dup. Dup 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 dup. Nanites. There's the black box. Rare item found. Log of the fireship Arcadia. The captain, gone. Tried to wake them for their watch. No sign of them. Nothing on the cameras. Door logs are normal. No kit missing. Where are they now? Where are we? Spooky ooky. Okay. I was gonna make more dihydrogen jelly. Because dihydrogen jelly can be used to make life support gel, which apparently I need. I'll have that so I don't have to use the oxygen. Nope. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to... I wanted to put carbon in there.
Technology recharge.
Okay. Collect reward. Unstable plasma, prepackaged paralysis mortar unit, and signal boosters. Cool.
Technology recharge.
Awesome. Okay. Next, kill biological horrors. Whispering eggs are often found laid on airless planets or around abandoned buildings, disturbing the eggs of monstrous land. See the locate whispering eggs using the analysis visor. Okay. Can I destroy these? Doesn't look like it. guess I need to find a planet that has biological horrors. That's the Boiling Doom. There were some there. Let's look at the map of the solar system. We have salvageable scrap. That's the Boiling Doom. That's the one I was on. Copper Rust is Abandoned Moon. Fungal Mold. Vile Brood. I think Vile Brood is what I need, right? Let's go there. Let's find some Vile Brood to kill. Some signal boosters, so those will help. Here's what I can do. Pop that open. Oh, I don't have any navigation data, do I? So you need navigation data. Oh, I got more pieces. I have to attach those to the ship at some point too, don't I? Okay. Well, for now, let's find a place to park. And then we'll see about locating a building. Vigilant stone. Fossil bed. Here, let's go check out that fossil bed. Technology module. There's another fossil bed. Let's go there. I need to find something. I either need to find a navigation point where I can get some navigation data so I can use the thingamabobber. Or
power cells completed. Technology recharge.
or I just need to stumble across a building or some vile brood eggs. just ferrite dust. I need to find a building.
Falling.
Thank you. Okay, there's some sodium. I think we can handle our toxic protection. Boons. What is the Vigilance Stone? The Guardians awaken. No, I don't want Guardians. Okay. Tell you what, let's see if I can do this. I don't think I can, but we'll find out. Signal booster. I need a surge battery. Can I make surge batteries? No, because I don't have any. Don't have any inventory space. La 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 la. La 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 la. So, you know, if you're in chat and you just happen to see some vile brood eggs, let me know, because I haven't spotted any yet.
Toxic protection. Falling.
Get some oxygen. Oxygen. Hey, microprocessor. That's a good thing to find. Okay, I need to find some vile brood eggs.
Units received.
Nitrous hazardous flora. Damage technology. Juicy grub. Hey. That's something I need to do. Why don't we go ahead and handle that? Oh, I need a hazmat gauntlet. Which I probably can't just make. No, I probably get those from That's probably an expedition reward. Yep, hazmat gauntlets. Completely explored derelict freighter. So I can't do that yet. Alright. Hey, it's Alpha Leader. How you doing, buddy? My weekend's been going pretty well. Halloween with the kiddo.
Toxic protection.
Other than that, just hanging out at home. I'd like to finish this expedition today. Right now I'm trying to find a structure of some sort. Because structures tend to be where you find vile brood eggs, and I need to go kill some vile brood. So we're just going to fly around this planet until I find a building. Alpha Leader popped in and talked, and now it says there's nobody watching. So, I have a feeling Mr. Alpha Leader has left. Oh, no, sounds chill. He's still there. Weird, it says I have no viewers, but he's clearly viewing, because he's responding to the things I say. Wild. Yeah, pretty chill. Went out and spent Halloween with some friends up in Scottsdale. Then yesterday, went out and visited some other friends. The wife is working today, doing her photography thing. It's always a good time. You know, I might go on back to my boiling doom planet, because there was at least one building there where I found my initial rendezvous. Stream dropped for a minute. Oh goody. Well, how's everything looking? Is like sound and everything alright, or how's it working right now? Not just spotting any buildings from flying around. I think I'm gonna go to a different planet. Whee! Good now. Good. Yep. Where's my boiling doom planet? Because I did absolutely find some there. How you guys been doing? Hanging out, having fun, all that good stuff? I should probably. Actually, I'm going to do that. Have a full inventory. So I'm actually going to head back to the space station. I think Ollie started teething this week, extra fussy. Ooh boy. Yeah, that's an adventure. Teething is ever an adventure. There we go. This and this Beginning docking approach. Just wants cuddle. Well, that's okay. Cuddling is nice. Some kids gonna give up on the cuddling thing as they get older. But babies like being cuddled. How is he sleeping? That was the big thing when Kaylee was teething, was it made her sleeping very inconsistent. I'm nothing in here, right? To continue my trend of just bolting everything I have onto this ship. Is that attached? My goodness. Yeah. Boy, that's bad. Nope. Okay. I did that wrong. Okay, that's on there. Great. What else do I have? Wakes up several times. Yeah, that'll probably continue. Sad to say. Bam. What else have I got? Ooh, Argonaut fuel cover. Can I put that on top of my engine? Where's that attaching? I can't tell. Hey, nice. Bam. Done. Look at it. It's looking more like a ship. Okay, do I have anything else I can bolt onto this thing? Make sure that's everything. Awesome. Apply. Ah, beautiful. What a monstrosity. Okay, and my marked planet. Do I still have a marked planet? I don't believe I do. Oh, I do. Where is it? There it is. No. Clear the space station, and away we go again. Ship should look like a ship. I agree. I think we're going kind of Star Wars-y in this, where it looks like someone just took a bunch of model kits and slapped them all together. Like I said, I like asymmetrical designs, so now it's getting nice and asymmetrical. Random crap bolted on it in every direction. Alright, so I'm looking for eggs of monstrosities that I can destroy. I found some on this planet when I initially came here. So let's see if I can do that again. We're just going to fly around for a little bit. Kind of map the terrain. We'll see if I can find a building, because finding a building will just about guarantee that I can find something. But in the event that I can't, do you remember when we discovered the Wikipedia and we were really getting into talking about it, and the older guys listening in? Yeah, man, the Star Wars talk in college. I mean, really, that was, you know, just after Star Wars Episode 3 came out, and Star Wars was kind of hot on everyone's mind. We were all excited about it. Like, Roscoe and I would lightsaber fight in the VVC parking lot. It was silly times, but it was enjoyable. Alright, we're actually going to turn around, try and keep us in the sunlight, because it makes it easier to see. Whee! Man, I wish I had been a little bit more circumspect, because I was at a place with biological horrors. And I didn't do it. Simpler was simpler times. Well, now I can't see anything. I still have an affinity for the Star Wars prequels. I think just because, like, I was of the age when they came out. And I do believe that Star Wars Episode 3 is just a good movie, but, you know, whatever. Now, the Star Wars sequels, those were something else. Although I will defend Episode 8, I think The Last Jedi was actually pretty good. But I think that's kind of a controversial opinion. Well, I can't see anything. So, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to stop here. Going to exit the pilot seat. Just going to slap on the scan visor and see what I can see. Okay, buried technology modules are often near planets. Or often near buildings. So maybe we'll head down to the planet's surface. This is one cool thing about these. The mainline story may suck, but what can you do with the universe world? Oh, it's always about the lore in the universe. Yeah. Jedi lore is what keeps everyone, I think, occupied, like, invested. It was always the lore of the Jedi that I enjoyed. You know, that's why the conversation is always, who's your favorite Jedi? Right? Whispering Egg. Okay, this is a good place. So I'm going to dig underground while we wait for the storm to pass. Unfortunately, that does mean now we just have to wait. Part of me wishes they did more with the Old Republic stuff. I mean, the Old Republic stuff was always really interesting, right? That's why things like Knights of the Old Republic were always really good. I was always curious about the MMO. You ever play the MMO? The Old Republic?
Storm clearing.
After it went free to play especially, I thought it would be interesting. Whispering Egg. There's an abandoned building. Oh, arrived in 5 hours. We'll tell you what, we will mark the abandoned building and we'll go check that out here soon. We're going to throw on the bolt caster. This worked out. Man, wrestling with this in the middle of extreme heat is fun. Extreme heat damage. Ew. Help! I'm being attacked. Gonna dig back underground. Let my shields come back. But that went well. Can I recharge my thermal protection? We'll pop in a life support gel. We'll recharge my hazard protection. And that should make me good to go for a bit. We'll go take care of some more whispering eggs. This is going well! And nothing seemed to reach that level of polish that WoW had, so it's hard to play other things. Or Guild Wars, haha, dig in. Yeah. Hang on. I missed a little, I was focusing. I never got into it, supposedly it was good, but when I was playing MMOs, WoW took up all my game time, or Guild Wars, and nothing seemed to reach that level of polish. WoW, it was hard to play other things. Yeah, I think with something like the Old Republic, like the BioWare of it all had to be a draw, or as you were saying, the lore and the universe had to be a draw. Like there had to be something else besides just like the gameplay. Even then, like I had my time with WoW. WoW was fun, but it was fun doing it with other people. Like I never really cared about the world or the characters or anything like that. My daughter is doing drum practice in the next room, so you shouldn't be able to hear the drums, but in case you can. Ow! Okay, I should be able to flee now. I finished that. So let's see if I can't get back to my ship without dying. There's my teleporter. If I recall correctly, on launch it got the EA treatment and was ruined, at least for the first couple of years. Yeah, that was one that I think all of the good will it earned was after it went free to play. So I remember after it went free to play, it had like a surge in popularity. Oh, that's Sweet Root. Thought that was Hazardous Flora. Yeah, it's all about who you played with. That was always it. I had a guild for a while, me and my buddy Travis. And that was always fun, playing around, guilding up, like running around doing dungeons. Always liked doing dungeons.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Okay, now that I am safe, let's go see what I earned. Supreme life support upgrade and inventory slot times 5. Great. Inventory. 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 And life support upgrades. Improve my health. Ah, yes. Okay. What's next? Yeah, I think that was when it became really good and they retooled it. Adopt an anomalous floating companion. So, there were some flying critters down on this planet that looked fairly anomalous. But I don't see any right now. But you know, maybe I won't worry about that for the time being. Let's completely explore a derelict freighter. Speak to a space station scrap dealer to locate a wreck. Derelicts are highly dangerous. Okay, well. Complete friends in odd places to help locate. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now I thought I saw someone down here. I had some friends who were into the Old Republic, and it was one, again, like I even had it installed at one point, and thought maybe I'll play this. Well, you're not floating, but you look kind of anomalous. You're a wheel. Can I befriend this wheel?
Thermal protection falling.
Okay. adopted a companion. Which is fun. I have a wheel. Why can't I scan anything? I started the tutorial and then thought, what am I getting into, and just didn't come back. You know, I can appreciate that. That was one that I would have absolutely done if I had some friends I could convince to play with me. They have some different, like, forms of hazardous flora now than they had previously. Ah! No. Now, I saw something here that was floaty and weird. See if I can catch one of these things. Pretty good.
Now protection falling.
I don't think that's a floating guy.
Units received. Units received.
I don't think you're floating, but I'll try and befriend you. Okay. I don't think this guy's gonna cut it. Alright. Nope, that's not gonna work. That's fine. I ain't worried about it. Maybe I can find another planet. Floating through to dirt, yeah, I mean... But for the sake of the milestone, I don't think it's gonna work, and I don't really want to spend this entire stream just sprinting around chasing after some random landfish. But I have Wheel. And Wheel can be my friend.
Ground protection falling. Technology recharge.
Go back to the teleporter, go back to the ship, and maybe I can find an anomalous world in this system where I can finish this. Phew. Man, you break Atmo real fast here. Okay. Do I have any anomalous worlds? Boiling Doom, Abandoned Moon, Corrosive Planet, Gamma Intensive Planet, Supercritical Moon, Dusty Planet. Alright, well, maybe a Supercritical Moon. Sometimes you gotta do these things slightly out of order, but there's not an anomalous world in the system. So what I might do, if I can't make much progress here, is move on to the next,
Technology recharge.
move on to the next system. And
Technology recharge.
see if I can find an anomalous world. I don't know if a supercritical moon is anomalous, but we'll find out. I don't think supercritical is anomalous, but you know, we'll see. Critters. Oh, they're regular land animals.
Received.
So far, there's nothing here that seems anomalous.
Radiation protection falling.
You're just regular animals. Okay. I don't think this is the system for this, so what we'll do, let's look at what my expedition things are. Tendrils. Purge 5 hungering tendrils. Metamorphosis is crush a vile grub. Okay. Roasted metal silver. Gamma intensive. Supercritical. Dusty planet. So what I might do Hang on, figuring this out, because I can't find an anomalous floating companion in a world without anomalous floating companions. Find anomalous floating creatures in purple star systems. Okay. I don't think I'm in a... No, I'm in a yellow star system. Oh, hey. Current mission. It's actually leading me away. I think I figured it out. We'll see if this will work. We are leaving the system. Viable life signs detected on a nearby world. Alright, scalding, empty, marine. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh. Dissonance. Empty planet. So I have 3 planets here, but there's no indication. There's a viable planet in this system, but there's no indication of which planet it is. Which means I'll probably have to land on all of them. And figure out which one it is I need. We'll go to the dissonant planet first, because dissonant planets tend to have weird stuff. Corrupted drone. Dissonance resonator. Radiant shard. Alright. And we're just looking for dots. Hey! Those look pretty anomalous. Let's see if I can befriend one. This might be challenging. Come befriend me.
Critical damage taken.
This is going to be a challenge.
Units received.
Come here. Come here. I want to be your friend. Watch, after all of this, they won't even be... Yeah, my friend the fly spring. Hey, there's all sorts of biological oddities in this world. Come closer. Come closer so I can feed you pellets. Get up there. No, I won't be able to get up there. Oh, deploy creature pellets from the quick menu. Okay.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Ow. Oh my goodness, look at you. You're just a skeleton thing.
Now protection falling.
But you're not going to be an anomalous flying creature. Now there's extreme weather. So I burrow into the ground. And we hide. This is exciting. Tell you what, Alpha Leader, I'm going to go to the bathroom while we wait for the storm to clear. Entertain anybody in chat who shows up.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Ta-da! Thank you for dancing to entertain my chat. Alright. Now, I know I can deploy creature pellets from the quick menu to attract critters, so maybe if I get up high and I find some spring friends, I can toss a creature pellet on top of one of these plants and attract a spring friend.
Ground protection falling.
Oh no. This is a bad idea. Ooh! Spring friend! I milked it, but apparently my companion register is full! Okay. Oh wow, yeah, look, they're locked. Okay, well I'll abandon my guys, because otherwise I would have had that. Oh my goodness. That's bad. Come back, come back, come back, come back, come back! Okay, we're getting it though. Spring friends. I want a spring friend. Adopt!
Ground protection falling.
I have a spring friend!
Technology recharging.
I want to name my spring friend. Fauna? I am going to... I didn't discover it, so I can't rename it. Oh well. Milestone done. I love that sound.
Ground protection falling.
Oh, and look, now I have a thing to find an emergency frequency scanner. Cool. That rules. Alright, expedition. Because this is the one... See, I was supposed to get a prepackaged scatter blaster unit. Oh, there's my... I love my scatter blaster. I have my scatter blaster back. That's all I wanted. I have a spring, Chris. I have a spring. Okay, make sure we're tracking the derelict freighter. And off to orbit! Okay. My cat pushed through the doorway. Alright, I'm going to switch my view back to first person, because I prefer first person. But I was searching, so searching is always easier. I am going to use my emergency signal scanner. And then we jump to pulse, and we go find a derelict. You'll like the derelict. Derelicts are fun. No internal life signs detected. Okay, so what I am going to do, because there's typically loads of loot in derelicts, is I'm going to move... I milked that guy. Can't believe it. I'm going to move all of the stuff I don't need into my starship. That's ammo, I need that. Salvage data can go in the starship. I don't need you for right now. I won't need any al dente. I want to keep those, keep all those. We'll go ahead and move the chips there, because I'll probably need those for that. Great! Nice empty inventory. And we're in the derelict. Okay, so I don't need to loot everything. I just need to... fully explore it. Make sure I have the scatter blaster up. There's the teleporter. And supplies. And docking bay control. One of the things that opened my eyes to there is a conversation or trade show for everything was when a spring convention came through town. A spring convention. People really excited about springs. I didn't realize how many different varieties of spring there were until I started working in aviation. You would be amazed how many springs there are on an aircraft. Restart error. Unable to... No primary heat. Oh no. Okay, well I will collect emergency supplies. And unseal door. And we'll go ahead and turn on the heating unit. Alright. Our derelict is begin. I got a bunch of life support gel and ion batteries, which is always great. Alright, now I normally do these things like complete. Like I'll do everything in one of these. I bet there are. Every important spec, no doubt. I know how to do these. So I'm not going to get everything in this entire place. I will try and be prompt about this. But I do normally try and, like, explore it. Boy. Perhaps I shouldn't have engaged. Stop it! Alright, we're gonna force him into a bottleneck.
Critical damage taken.
It's alright. We'll hang here. Splat gun. Wife's uncle was a designer at Northrop. Crazy stories. Northrop's fun. We have Northrop out here. I don't have much experience with them. I have a few friends who work there, though. The thing about aviation is it's a pretty small community. So there's a lot of the same people around wherever you go. Okay. Records terminal active. Searching. Biosecurity. Emergency. Encrypted. Access crew manifest. Commanding officer. Captain Vino. Duty officers. Junior navigator Orals. Quartermaster Drunzis. Navigator Benderners. Crew status report. Crew first class times 108. Crew second class times 99. Supernumeraries. Supernumeraries. Work entity in whatever. Update file scan. Okay. Here's all the things. Please. Great. But I have the crew manifest now. Turn our teleporter back on. But we should. Okay. Seem to have gained ground. Got some taint metal. That is how parking is. Everyone knows everyone or has worked for everyone at some point. Yeah. I think that's going to be the case with most industries, like, especially when you're in a local area for a long time. Everyone kind of crosses paths at some point or another. Hey, I got a security ID. Cool. Those are cool because you can give yourself, like, access to the ship systems and makes it a little bit easier to navigate. It's nice that they have heating units all over this place, though. Grab that. I think all of the bugs in this place have chilled out finally. Okay. Zones mapped 4 out of 10. I'm gonna try not to shoot the horrific nests this time. Well, maybe I do need to. Yeah, we're going to do the bottleneck thing again. Funnel them into a kill code. Ah.
Critical damage taken. Critical damage taken. Critical damage taken.
to the scatter blaster. Okay. Look at that. Health is back. Whew. I think we did it. I don't want to read all of this. But we'll collect all of the information. I found one of the more violent ones here. Blast, blast, blast.
Critical damage taken. Critical damage taken.
Jiminy Christmas. Okay.
Ground protection falling.
Alright. Try and clear these guys out.
Ground protection
Cool.
falling.
I think we did it. See if we can't find a heater in here. My goodness, there's so many of them. I really want an RPG like Baldur's Gate 3 in a sci-fi setting. I would agree.
Ground protection falling.
That's kind of, you know, we keep hearing about
Temperature levels stabilizing.
a Knights of the Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic remake, probably more sci-fi horror than space opera. A Knights of the Old Republic remake could potentially do that.
Ground protection falling.
find its way back into... Indicate captain's fate. Deceased. Although space opera works pretty well for, log in as the navigator. Be once more. Date stamp 3. We meet within the shadow of the monolith. It is our way. We wait for a sign from the Atlas. We wait for a command to change. None comes. The Gex will postpone their decision once more. They will not return the medal of my friends. Not yet. Date stamp. I go to see the Gek. We have come to discuss our treaty once more. An encrypted download of Captain Bemo's log. Cool. Found the captain's log. And I have to engineering unit salvaged. It should be like at the end. Nah.
Ground protection falling.
Yeah. There are so many of them. Okay, we're just gonna zip through this because I think I'm getting attacked. There's an Expanse game in the works, but I think they're just going the shooter route. It looks very Mass Effect-y, from what I've seen. Which works for me. I do love my Mass Effect. You've watched my videos. I've mentioned my love of BioWare several times.
Extreme cold damage detected. Technology recharge.
That should help.
Ground protection falling.
I think I ran through here far too fast. So I don't think I finished
Temperature levels
exploring
stabilizing.
everything. But we'll do this. Fabricate items. Fabricate Corvette modules. It does look really good, the Expanse game. Did you ever, lots of good times with Mass Effect, no doubt. Milestone complete, salvage derelict freighter. Great. Did you ever watch The Expanse? Show-wise, it was a show I loved. Watched the whole thing.
Ground protection
It started slow, but it ended strong. Its multiplayer was something else back in the day. The Mass Effect 3 multiplayer was, I think, better than I thought it should have been. I spent a lot of time with it. We'll go ahead and loot. We'll completely loot this room.
units received.
I already read this. Yeah, I put it off for too long and finally binged it. That was the same, like, it was
Ground protection.
it was right after it got picked up, and, or, cause, no. I think it was right as the last season was airing. We finally started it. And, like, got to the end kind of right on time. It was good, though. It was a very good show in the end. Some good hard sci-fi, if one likes good hard sci-fi. But, I think we're done with this, so I'm going to head back to the ship.
Ground protection falling.
That was how I was going to describe it. It was definitely better than it should have been being disconnected from the campaign.
Temperature
I like
levels
that
stabilizing.
like, all of the distinct characters were all, like, very different in how they played. They all had different things they were good at. Okay, I need sodium nitrate. So I need to slap some sodium in there. I certainly had a lot of fun with it back in the day, though. And in mine, I'm going, well, actually I'll just go back out here. We will... I got more slime. Where's all my slime? Oh, starship. There it is. Slime goes in there. Repair kits, that's always good. Hyperdrive module. Same here, I think right after COVID or something. Oh, yeah, for the Expanse? Yeah. That's the crew manifest. Starship. That all looks good. How's my confidence?
Technology installed.
And we'll slap that in there. No infested planets in the current system, which means we gotta jump. I want to read the rest of the books for the Expanse, but haven't gotten around on it. It's on my reading list. Especially like I do a lot of audiobooks at work. So a lot of the books that I don't feel like I have time for specifically, I'll do audiobooks of. And that's really a really good way to get through books way to get through books you may not otherwise feel like you have time for. That's how I'm working my way through the Stormlight Archive. Which those books, man, they're real long. Did a few audiobooks back when I was driving all around SoCal. Definitely need to revisit them. I wouldn't be able to read as much, I think. Atlas Station, Expedition Route, Galactic Core. Alright. I need to see if I can find an infested world. See, I was on infested worlds, but I needed the hazmat gauntlets to be able to do this. Be able to get back. I feel like podcasts work, audiobooks work, they're all good. Okay, it's not saying there's no infested worlds, so let's see if I can find an infested world. This is irritating because I was on an infested world.
Technology recharge.
See if we can't find an infested world. Luckily, all I should need to do is look around with my sanitizer.
Extreme Sentinel planet.
And I should be able to find Titan worm burrows.
Technology recharge.
This is the worst part of these, is often finding, you know, where you, finding where you can actually, like, finish your expedition milestones. I was really hoping to get a lot farther in this today. As it stands, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to finish this.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Not this planet.
Extreme night toxicity detected.
Let's see what we can find. Progress is like that sometimes. Yeah. Cest Levi. We'll just go system by system and see what we can find. Alright, tell you what. We're not going to worry about this for right now. Find one with vile brood. Alright. So we'll push forward with this because there's always the chance that when I get to a later system, I'll have some. Hopefully we'll find a vile grub. Scanning around, looking for vile grubs. there's one. Alright. Progress is being had. And now we smoosh it. Smoosh! Smoosh bug! Smoosh bug! Not the most dangerous, but, you know, takes some time. Crushed a Viagra. Detoxified slime, choking monstrosity, cave, wriggling tag, haunted pie. Cool, a haunted pie. Just what I've always wanted. Okay, I'm probably going to head on to the next phase, and we'll circle back around to see if I can't find some tendrils. At a later date. But hey, progress. We nuked some dudes. What's this? Neat. Do I have any more fungal mold? I don't think so. Alright, well, all of this food I'm going to put back in there. What are you? Detoxified slime, placeable sludge. Oh,
No free slots
nope.
in ship inventory.
You can say that. Anyway. Making more napkins. Off to rendezvous. Approaching the rendezvous. It's stormy. Okay. Nanites.
Now protection falling.
Roar. Bubbly stuff. This planet's nice. I believe I'm on a gas giant. Generally not somewhere you want to be. I think. Gas giants.
Now protection falling.
I believe you. Why are there sentinels here? It's a sentinel one with a gas giant.
Now protection falling.
Can't say a game has ever let me inhabit a gas giant before, so this is fun. I don't know who built the thing here. That seems like a poor idea, but hey, who am I to judge? We'll get in here and let my hazard protection refill. Wow.
Now protection falling.
Returning user identified. Terminal now active. Unlocking data to continue for analysis. I found a body. It's unlike anything I have ever seen. If there's a species like it, then I hope they're all dead like this one. At first, I thought it was some tragic remnant of a matter transfer tech malfunction, a cage of bones and flesh studded with random patterns of crooked teeth and roomery. I had lidless eyes, but no. Some horror of twisted evolution, warped by cruel nature. I can't help but picture what it would have looked like alive. I cannot help but fear that it will live again. I discover something. Okay, and we'll loot the place. Because that's what we do. And I'll figure out where I'm going next. Ka-chink, ka-chink, ka-chink. 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 Okay. Place looted. What's next?
Received.
Ship
protection
incoming.
falling.
Okay. Which means I'm gonna need another data rangefinder. Which means I need another solar mirror and another quantum computer. And away we go! I'm back to Il Space. Off to warp we go.
Technology recharge.
Help, it's again. Black box, where are you? Oop, I didn't read it. I just hit the button. That's okay. We don't need to know. They disappeared and mostly died.
Protection falling.
Ah. The spacewalking was rather buggy when they first launched Corvettes. It's been nice that it's working better these days. Okay. Install more thermal upgrades. Next one. They keep adding stuff. Seems like a whole different game compared to how it was when I was playing. Yeah, I mean, legitimately. Frankly, it's a whole different game than when I started playing, and that wasn't terribly long ago. Especially these expeditions. These expeditions tend to be very comprehensive in how much stuff they add. Missions and mechanics and all sorts of things. Like, these Corvettes are still very new, completely different than how ships used to work. Can I make any more? I realized my hyperdrive was empty.
Recharge.
There we go. Alright, now I gotta find storm crystals. Shouldn't be hard. Make sure we grab sodium, because sodium is good for hazard protection. My controller died. Stand by, I need batteries, and now it's a matter of time. Batteries. The rechargeable batteries are nice, but you do need to swap them. Whee!
Extreme temperature detected.
I detected that too, thank you.
Technology recharge.
Collecting crystals in a storm, do 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 do. There's zappy crystals in a storm, do 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 do. Gonna zap me when I touch 'em, but I got hazard gauntlets so I can pick 'em up without any fear. Zappy crystals everywhere, zap 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 zappy crystals everywhere, zap zap zap. I won't always stream No Man's Sky. It just so happened that there was an expedition going right now. I'd actually like to, at some point, stream some Pacific Drive. Which, Chris, I don't know if you've played that one, but Pacific Drive is a game that I was obsessed with for a while. And I keep coming back to play it more, because I like it. But I haven't gone back since they launched the Endless Expeditions. And I'd love to try an Endless Expedition on stream someday. I think that would be fun. But it was good. Vibey horror game. The hell is this storm crystal? I found a cave. La 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 la. Finding storm crystals. La la la, storm crystal. Pacific Drive is pretty good. Played a bit of that one too. Ah, I destroyed it.
Extreme temperature detected.
I liked that it wasn't all random and everything. Like, it was actually a very carefully crafted world and a very carefully crafted experience. Kind of reminds me of HL2 at times. Like, I can see that in aesthetic. In vibes, just the way it played, it always, it reminded me a lot of Subnautica. How it's kind of all atmosphere and no combat. And it's more about surviving the world than, like, beating the world. Supreme Defense Systems upgrade. Let's install that. harvest crystal sulfide from around hydrothermal vents. I was on ocean planets. I could have done that. Alright, where's my ship? There it is. Boy, my ship is really far away. I'm just gonna summon it. Spaceship! Ah!
Extreme temperature detected.
I have played so much Tarkov over the years. I've gotten tired of standard sweaty extraction shooters, arc raiders, and arena breakout look fresh. It was never really my scene, if I'm being honest. I kind of burned out on competitive multiplayer, honestly, back in like the Counter-Strike days, which I know was a long time ago. Okay, let's see if I have any ocean planets in this. See if I can't find some crystal sulfide. Less sweaty, at least. It's the sweatiness, really. I think that's really where I burned out on competitive multiplayer. It was all so sweaty. People weren't in it for the fun. People were just in it to win. There's something that came with the rush you would get from first playing DayZ, Tarkov, early PUBG. DayZ was really fun, back when it was still just an Arma mod. This world is going to be my thing. But at the same time, it gets to the point that you feel like a wreck afterward. Yeah. That's kind of it, right? Like, it's supposed to be fun, not exhausting. Where it's just exhausting, what are you even doing anymore? Anxiety the game. It's always, especially those games where you can just die in an instant without knowing even what you did wrong. Ooh, twitchy. Very shaky navigation. Man, I wish I had, like, it's one of those times where I wish I had looked ahead. Because I was on a planet with crystal sulfide. I was mining it earlier. And if I had realized I needed more crystal sulfide, I would have just gotten it. No, this isn't an oceany planet. Alright. I believe this system might be a bust. So let's go see what other stuff I need to do. Extract radiant shards. Survey all the moons of a gas giant. Tell you what, we'll do that. Sniped by a cheater a mile away when you've been crawling through the grass for the last 30 minutes and lose all your stuff. Daisy. Yeah, but you could go like hours and hours in DayZ without ever even encountering another person. Which was kind of like the fun of it, you know? Oof, out we go. I don't know exactly how far I need to go to survey all of the moons, but I figure if I like scan at them and I like fly into the atmosphere and stop at them, then it'll be alright. I kind of wish this would show me which I visited and which I haven't. But I know I've done Inve, I know I've done Bibkov. So, Ujin and Faust Minor, I know I still need to do. But we'll zip down to all of these. We'll see what we find.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Alright, 4 out of 5. We got that. Zip to this one. I actually think I might have already been here. I'm pretty sure I've already been here. But it's okay. Just be systematic about this. Bam, now we're on this planet. Faust Minor. Did you ever play Rust earlier on? Not the current way. I never played Rust. I am aware that Rust is a game which exists. I can't say I really know anything about it. Scanning, scanning, scanning as we fly. I think it's full of kids these days. What's the like basic vibe? You know, all of these high-intensity multiplayers have their own shticks. What's Rust's shtick? Back in the day, it was a creative take on community survival game. Prepackaged rockets boots unit. I'll take some prepackaged rocket boots. Okay. Spacewalk into a black hole. Island survival, persistent world. You have 100 of people so at a time going around and scavenging things. Does the, is the world, like, fully persistent? Like, always there kind of thing, or...? Oh, there is a black hole in this system. Lord of the Flies simulator in post-apocalyptic wasteland. That sounds like a mess. So I need to find a black hole. I believe there's supposed to be one in this system. But I feel like it would show on the map if it was. It was. Chaos is good. But at the same time, nothing else like it when it came out. Well, like, that's the kind of thing, as long as your world isn't, you know... As long as your world doesn't depend on, like, a single player hosting all of the time, you know? Are any ocean planets here? Bleak, grassy, life incompatible, no? Alright, we'll just jump into this black hole. Tell you what, actually. I want to make sure I'm doing it right. Galactic Core, Free Explorer, Black Hole, Atlas Station, Expedition Route. We'll stick to the Expedition route. Maybe that'll help. Maybe I'll actually be able to find these worlds I need. Tell you what, well actually, since I'm doing this... Rust didn't have PvE though, you were just terrified of strangers and would have to make real friends. always terrified of strangers. No infested planets. Why? Okay. We'll go back to phase 4. See if we can't harvest crystal sulfide in this system. Reach a planet with water. Icy ruin, hazy, azure, rainy, planetary anomaly. Okay, tell you what. We will go to this planet. Having to interact with strangers is always the scary part. You know, hence why I'm here broadcasting myself to the internet. With the way games have gone these days with parties and stuff, I feel like I have social anxiety in games now, though. That's why I play single-player games. Even this game I'm playing with multiplayer turned off.
Technology recharge.
Now you just mute everyone. I did that to begin with. Man, this planet is far away. The closer I get to this, the more I think there might not be any actual ocean here. But we'll find out as we break out, huh? Oh. Absolutely an ocean planet. Crystal sulfide. That's how John always was. Look, man, social anxiety doesn't care how much you guys want to strategize. If I wanted to talk to people while I played multiplayer, I would play Battlefield. Even so, Desert Rat, buddy Roscoe, you remember Roscoe? He and I would play a fair bit of Destiny back in the day. Back before Destiny got, you know, bullshitty. And, even then, when we would go into play, I would always have everyone on mute, or we would just be in party chat, so we didn't have to listen to all of the randos. Because randos are the worst. Where's my ship? There it is. And even still, Destiny kind of wound up not being fun anymore after a while. Just grind, just repetitive grind, same thing day after day. Even this game I can't play a ton though. How's he doing these days? He's doing alright. I keep trying to convince him that leaving California is the way to go for a happy and successful life. That's at least what worked for me, several of my friends. But I don't want to dig too deep into his business right now, because he's a fairly private person. Suffice to say, we still hang out as much as we can. We just live in different states, so it's all digital now. He would really appreciate it if you would go check out his stream and his YouTube channel and everything. He's Existential Turtle on YouTube and Twitch. So go check out Mr. Existential Turtle. Okay. And what am I doing? Right. Locate a dissonant world. Dissonance. While that travels, I'm going to refill my water. I'll be right back. Refilled my water and got back before I even finished traveling to this planet. This is a big star system. Things to do, weather, and familiarity with everything. I just can't quit. Part of me wants to leave, can't. Oh. Click back over here. Used to be open lobby. Yeah. The way games have gone these days with parties and stuff, I feel like I have social anxiety in games now, though. Used to be open lobbies, talking to each other, or trash talking. Now you just mute everyone. That's how John always was doing these days. Part of me wants to leave, part of me can't. The things to do, weather and familiarity with everything, I just can't. Now the interest rate. I don't know what the interest rate is there like there now. But I mean, I left California 13 years ago. Yeah. 14 years ago. Haven't looked back. I didn't go very far, just in Arizona. But I like Arizona, it agrees with me. Okay, and I need radiant shards. Radiant shard. Apparently, standing in this gazebo protects me from the extreme temperatures outside. Could also be I watched, or crazy, or rather, video game logic. The greenhouse will brings all the bugs and humidities. Yeah, but that's why I don't live somewhere green. I live in the desert. Could be I watched Desert Rats stream this, and I know that I needed a bunch of this polished stone. So since I'm standing here, and I can reach it. I did green here, but if we're moving somewhere else, she wants green. I kind of want, I'm kind of in the same boat. So, like, one of the big issues in Arizona right now is water. We have more people than we have water to give them. So, I'm thinking, like, if I'm going to move somewhere else, the big thing I'll need will be, water. Somewhere where, like, water isn't an issue. Oh, I lost my gazebo. There it is. Just
Storm clearing.
gotta wait for the storm to pass. Man, look at that big old boy. What a big old boy. Skyfish?
Units received.
Planet kind of rules. Okay, radiant shards. I have lots of sun plus solar, so limitless energy, but if something happens, water is a problem. I do have solar panels on my house. And it does a lot to, offset the energy costs. I know back in the high desert, the big thing was wind. If I move somewhere with more water, energy becomes the problem. That is true. I don't know how, because drought was always an issue with, California as well. I don't know how that's been doing lately. Haven't really kept up.
Now protection fully.
Problem with Dissonant Worlds is there's all these corrupted sentinels everywhere who want a piece of you. Worse than ever. That's good. I would hope with all the, like, people leaving California, like, the water situation would become better. But I guess not. When I moved here, water bill was like $400 a month. Great Gatsby. Mine isn't even that bad. More radiant shards, please.
Fully.
Survival of the fittest. Oh. And the survival of the fittest route for the plants. Still got about half of them and don't need to water them. But I lost a lot cutting off the water. Felt bad, but not as bad as that bill. I understand. I don't have any plants in my yard that I have to actively take care of. I cut everything down to just basic, like, desert plants, things that actually like this landscape. So I have, like, ocotillos and things like that.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
I do have 2 saguaros in my yard, which I love. Make sure I don't destroy my radiant shard when I find it. Those would be nice. It's the way to do it around here. Plants you don't have to take care of. 10 out of 16. More radiant shards. Might need to relocate. That's okay. Ship. The cactus in my yard are prickly pear, alright. It's one of the uglier ones, though, and friggin' choyas. Hate the choyas. We have so many choyas out here, I understand. Stupid little buggers. Will cling to you and will not let you go until you have bled. Okay, see if I can spot any more from up here. No, I think I'm actually too far up off the ground. That's okay. We'll relocate. We'll go find more radiant shards elsewhere. They look nice, I think, the choyas, but yeah, they're murderous little bastards. Dog gets into it, then you stick yourself trying to pull up the dog, and then you pull it off your hand and it sticks to your butt or something. Absolutely. And they attack and they do not relent. All in all, I like cacti. You have to like cacti, I think, to live out here. Four more. Gonna go take a side bit. It's a bad comedy gag with something sticky. Yeah. Maybe something wouldn't be out of place in an old sketch. Man, look at that big old scorpion butt. I'm not sure I'm going to get around to fully finishing this today. But that's okay. I've done most of it. It's been a few hours now, though. I don't actually know how long. I got an inverted mirror. That goes back with me to the main save. I need one of those. Thankful to not have as many of the scorpions here. Growing up, my old house always had scorpions. I've been 5 years here and haven't seen one yet. Wait, aren't you still in California, or are you in Arizona? I thought you were still in California, like down in the LA area. I didn't have much in the way of scorpions down in California. Now we have them here, though. My wife found a scorpion in the bathtub with her once, and let me tell you, she was shocked. I've been stung. Stepped on a scorpion in my kitchen at night once. Didn't realize it was there until my toe started to burn. Feeling, okay. Feeling Atalanto. Yeah, I do think there's more in the way of scorpions out there. I don't remember ever seeing a scorpion in the high desert, which was nice. Out in, Hesperia, Victorville. Found them in the bed as a kid or in the kitchen. Ugh. Bed is the worst. I've heard horror stories about that, but fortunately not something I've ever experienced firsthand. Or in the kitchen getting water at night. See, that was me. It was in the kitchen getting water at night. It was dark. Couldn't see anything. All of a sudden my toe starts to burn. I don't know what's happening or why. So I turn on the kitchen light, and then right where I just stepped, scorpion. So I grabbed my flip-flop and I exacted vengeance. Centipedes, too. I've seen centipedes in my yard, but I haven't found one in the house before. I think they like staying outside. I think we have the same scorpion species, too. Yeah, the little yellow buggers. Out here we also have tarantulas. Small little bark scorpions that have the bad stings. Yeah, they're not dangerous, but they burn. The tarantulas are harmless, though. Like, they don't mess with you. You just gotta leave them alone. Save my restore points. Now, I'm happy we don't have these scorpions out here, because, oh boy, look at that. Thing will impale you. It's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. The giant scorpion attacking the ant. That'll probably be it. I'm gonna take my ship over there. Saw one a couple of months ago here. Kind of cool to watch. Tarantula? Yeah, they're fun. We rescued one out of. I had a soft side swimming pool we had set up in the yard for Kaylee to play in when she was younger, and found a tarantula like half drowned in there one day. And we fished it out and put it on the table in our yard. And it recovered and ended up running off back into the yard, but it was just kind of like mostly comatose there for a while. Before eventually recovering. Hey. Fine. Like, I don't even like spiders, but you know what? Tarantulas? Kinda don't mind them. There's something about the size of them. Makes them feel more like an animal than a bug. I think it makes it easier to tolerate.
Now protection falling.
Awesome. Got it. The one I saw was missing a leg and limping. Felt bad for it. Aw, poor guy.
Technology recharge.
Would have to be a monster to squish it like any other spider. Yeah, I know, but you know, spiders are scary. Now, scorpions. Fuck those guys. Okay, back to my ship.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Okay. Radiance. Starship launch fuel, Supreme Pulse engine upgrade. Cool. Spacewalk into a black hole. Now, I believe there's a black hole in this system. Because, like, that's part of why I came to this system. But I don't really know how to find it. My house is in the boonies enough that we have horned toads. Kind of excited about those. I thought they all died off. That is pretty cool. That's another one. I've never seen a wild one. But I would like to. Neat creatures.
Technology recharge.
Get a wider view. See if I can't spot a black hole. I do believe there's a black hole in this system. Alright, I guess we'll go spacewalk into a black hole now. Bye. But before we do that... Uh-oh, attack of the cat. No! Cat attacked the microphone! Kitty cat, don't be a menace. We'll switch starship view. And then... Alright. Leave the pilot seat, and I guess we'll go hop into a black hole. Cat. She's a kitty cat. And she walks on my keyboard, walks on my keyboard. Don't knock over my microphone again. You're gonna blow out Chris's eardrums. You're a menace, kitty cat.
Ground protection falling.
Everyone say hi to the kitty cat. Ooh, hello, Rosie. This feels like a bad idea. And away we go. Who knows where we'll wind up? Stuff to make new stuff. Now let's go back to phase 3 and see if I can't find some hungering tendrils now. No infested planets in the current system. Excellent. Okay, it says I need to use a teleporter to return to the expedition route, because apparently I'm off. So let's see if I can find a teleporter in this derelict. did just learn something, because I was able to teleport directly to a spot along the expedition route. That if I go back to earlier in the expedition route, I should be able to retrace it to where I found those infested planets before to finish that last milestone. Which sounds like a pain in the butt. But at least I know how to do it. Because I didn't know you could just teleport to places along your expedition route. Alright, fine. I'll have to do it the hard way. Wow, a minute 20. Even at faster than light. A minute 20 to reach this place. That's okay. You guys enjoy space for a second. I'm gonna get a snack. I have returned. With almonds. Might actually reach Rendezvous 5 and call it for the day. I know, I'm so close. But I admit, my stamina is failing me a bit. But that's okay. For stamina, we have almonds.
Whee!
Thermal protection falling.
Eating almonds and traversing a planet. Don't really know what to talk about. But I've got
Thermal
on.
protection falling. Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Man. How far am I going? This is a hike. Oh, I see an antenna. We finally made it. Whee! We did it. All right.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Returning user identified. Terminal now active. Unlocking data log continuation for analysis. The oceans here are blood. Nothing lives in them. They are alive themselves. Great protean life forms as large as continents. Or perhaps there is only one of them. What does such a thing consume, I ask myself. The answer seems to be everything. I found evidence of past life here, but no signs of it. Does the native flora and fauna hibernate when it comes to eat them, then return to repopulate once it retreats? I can feel it moving inside my brain, whispering. It wants me to discard my suit and swim. Spooky.
inventory is full. That's okay, I'll just scrap some stuff. I don't need all these things. Gold, silver, platinum, nanites. Sweet. Well, I think that is going to call it for me for now. I know I'm right at the end, but I am tired. So, we will hop in here, hop out, and we will call it right there with my restore point save. But thank you for Chris in particular for coming to chat, Mr. Alpha Leader. I know we had Roscoe messaging me he was watching, but didn't tune in, so thanks again. He's over streaming right now on YouTube. On Existential Turtle, so if you got him, go watch him, because he's streaming some Mass Effect right now, and it should be very fun. But anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. It was a lot of fun. We're almost done with this. Should be able to finish